Yo, your boy Martin Scorsese has outdone himself this week. I have a new review for you guys. Netflix, The Irishman is out, so let's get it.
Welcome to the Kaiba
All right, people. So, The Irishman is starring Robert De Niro, Harvey Keitel, Joe Pesci, and your boy Al Pacino, and is directed by Martin Scorsese. And basically, the premise of the movie is we have Robert De Niro's character. I'm not going to say too much, but basically, Robert De Niro's character is Irish, and he links up with Joe Pesci's character, and basically, we see the rise of Robert De Niro's character in the ranks of the mob. Like, he's an Irish guy that hooks up with the Italian mafia, and he ends up becoming one of the head honchos towards the end of the movie. And it also depicts how basically everyone played a part in the disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa, but more of the story focusing on Robert De Niro's character and how he just started out as a nobody truck driver, and basically his rise in the Italian mafia, like I said, because he's Irish and, they're Italian. And to my knowledge, I don't think that's supposed to mix like that, but he was able to work his way up the ranks and actually ended up becoming like right next to Joe Pesci's character. And that's basically the premise of the movie without giving too much more details away. And let's get straight into it, people. I don't care if this is a Netflix movie or it came out in theaters. Martin Scorsese outdid himself. This movie is phenomenal. First up, he brought the gang back. He brought the top Italian actors known to man in this country back on the big screen. And that's why everybody was so excited for this movie, because we have Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, and Al Pacino back. When the last time we seen these three together on the screen? It's been a long time. Oh, and we can't forget he even brought back Harvey Keitel. And there's a few other heavy hitters in this movie. You got the actor, I can't remember his name, but you got the actor from Boardwalk Empire that played Al Capone. He's in this movie. Another actor, I can't remember his name also, but he's from Boardwalk Empire, and he's also in both Ant-Man movies. He's the stepdad to Paul Rudd's character's daughter. So if y'all know who I'm talking about with Ant-Man, then you're like, oh yeah, okay, I remember him in The Irishman. Yes, he was an Ant-Man. He's in this movie, and he's also in Boardwalk Empire. There's just a lot of heavy hitters in here. Even Anna Paquin from the X-Men movies and True Blood, she makes an appearance in the movie. There's a lot of star-studded cast people in this movie. So you guys already know that acting is up to par. The storyline is on point. I mean, Martin never really makes a movie that the storyline isn't good, it's not intriguing. You can't say that about Martin. Martin is definitely one of my top directors. Maybe that should be the next video, but that's another story. But yeah, he's in my top tier for directors. I love almost every movie Martin comes out with. He is an awesome filmmaker. Some people probably complain, and I saw some negativity about the length of the movie. For me, I didn't have a problem with the length of the movie. It's 3 hours and like 20 something minutes, 30 minutes or something like that. But I felt like the storyline was so compelling that it kept my attention the whole time. So I necessarily didn't feel like this movie was a slow burn. I was I was invested with this storyline. Let's say that. I was invested that it didn't feel like a slow burn to me. Yes, this movie doesn't have the typical gunfight, like chopping people up type stuff that we've seen in a lot of mobster movies. It's more subtle with the killing, more like bang, bang, that's it. We're not getting the crazy, like, I turned my car on and the whole car blows up, my house blows up, I'm getting my body chopped up. There's a little bit of that, but not heavy compared to a lot of stuff that we've seen in Goodfellas and Casino and stuff like that. So I think some people are going to be disappointed with that. I felt like this movie was more about the storytelling of Robert De Niro's rise, about Jimmy Hoffa, and it was nice to see this take on Jimmy Hoffa, because a lot of people are probably familiar with the Jack Nicholson and Danny DeVito Hoffa movie that came out in the early 90s. I seen that movie growing up. My dad used to watch that movie all the time, so I remember that movie. So it's been a while since I've seen it, but I felt like this was a good take of seeing the other side of that Jimmy Hoffa story, to seeing it through Robert De Niro and Russell and everybody else that was involved in helping Jimmy Hoffa get to where he was at as the president of the Teamsters. So if you guys don't know anything about the Teamsters, you got to get with it. He was the head dude that helped the unionize, the trucking industry, making sure people got taken care of. He had all this money with the pensions. And I felt like that was something I don't remember, but they mentioned in a movie. That's how the mobsters, because if you're familiar with it, Las Vegas was built off of the mob. So the movie enlightened us that Teamster union, the pensions, that helped fund the mobsters with Las Vegas. And that's how the mobsters were able to build off Las Vegas the way they did with the casinos and everything like that. And if you've seen the movie Casino and you haven't, you got to go see that movie. That movie's fire too, by the way. But yeah, man, just overall, this movie was good. I definitely see it getting nominated for Oscars. I don't want to hear that bull crap that, it didn't come out in the theater, I don't know why. No, this movie deserves it. I like it. Is it Godfather Part 2, Godfather 1, or Goodfellas level? No, I will not say that. But overall, this is a good movie. If you're a fan of Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, and them, Robert De Niro, you're going to like this movie. It was good. Could stuff been played out a little bit better? Yes. The only negative thing I could say about this movie is the way it ends in the third act was abrupt. I don't think I would have did that. It just ended abruptly. Like, bam, that's it. Didn't kind of like that. And I felt like in certain scenes, when fists were thrown, you could tell Robert and them are getting old because they were throwing old man punches. And I thought that was hilarious. I don't know why. There was like one or two scenes where you could tell it was a stunt double. So it was like, okay, so when Al Pacino threw that punch, you could tell it was a stunt double. But then there was other scenes where I guess they wanted to keep it authentic, where Robert and them, they let them throw the punches, and it just looked like old man punches, and it just didn't come off right. And there was a couple of scenes where I laughed, where you could tell, like, all right, Robert's getting old. He can't swing the way he probably could have when he was younger. So I thought that was funny. So those are like the only negative things I could kind of say about the movie. Other than that, I thought the movie was good. So on a Kaiba scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this movie a solid 8.5. Is it the best mobster movie? No. Like I said, I like Goodfellas better. Godfather Part 2 is fire. So I'm not going to say it's on the level of those. But other than that, I can see myself watching this movie multiple times because it was good. And I liked it. So I know some people had problems with it. It was too long. Yeah, is the movie a little bit long? Could they have cut a couple of scenes out? Yeah, they probably could have cut a couple of scenes out. Made the movie 2 hours and 45, 2 hours and 40. It didn't need to be 3 hours and 30 minutes. But with the 3 hours and 30 minutes, I liked it. So 8.5. If it came out in the theater, it'll be worth seeing in the theater. General admission, whatever. And Blu-ray is definitely worth buying in Blu-ray. If you're a mobster fan and you love mob movies, you got to have this in your collection. So if you like what you see and you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. After doing that, hit the bell button so you get notified every time I upload a video. And leave a comment, hit the like button at the bottom. And I'll check you guys next time.